What's going on, Z Warriors? Mr. Waffles here, and today we have a guest. He's a fan of mine, and I'm glad that he, watches these videos, and he has a special deck for you guys today. And on Retro, he's known as RJ or Robert. So, you want to say hi, Robert?
What's up? You can call me RJ.
RJ, all right, dude. RJ, it is.
RJ, dude. You can call me RJ, dude. Absolutely.
All right, sounds good, bro. I mean, yeah. Oh, so what deck do you have for us today?
I have Blue Dr. Wheelo.
Whoa, Blue Wheelo. So definitely interesting. I know a lot of people who play Wheelo. On paper, it seems like black. I guess mainly black, but I guess maybe red too with the anger and stuff like that. But blue is definitely an interesting take. I know Fash had some good success with the deck. So if you want, I'll have you read out the deck list, and then we'll talk about Blue Wheelo and all the other things with it. So you want to give us the list?
Okay, let's see. 4 events that are not blocked. We've got a Villianous Empowerment. We've got 3 Dr. Wheelos History. We've got 2 Android 18 stare down. We have 1 Blue Reprimand. For setup, we have 3 Blue Dominance. We have a Villainous Visage, whatever it's called. 2 Wheelos Revival. And 2 Visiting the Past. For drills, we have 1 Blue Overpowering Drill and 2 Blue Positioning Drill. And then for Dragon Balls, we have Namek 6 and 7. I thought I had a Dragon Radar in here somewhere. Did I take it out? Alright, well, I don't have it in there right now. Looks like I didn't need to use it. Well, good. Maybe I had it earlier. Well, anyways, for attack. And I apologize for being a little lengthy on the time. Okay, for energy attacks, we've got 3 blue Neptunes. We've got 3 blue hand. So you guys, first rule in life, stay organized. So I guess it's 2 blue hand blasts right now. 2 blue draining blasts. 2 blinding energy moves. 1 withering fire. 1 blue tail. Then for the physical attacks, we've got 3 blue betrayal, 3 blue head knock, 3 blue slash, 1 face smash, and 1 pulverize. Now we're going on to our block. For energy blocks, we just have 2 blue guard and 1 blue narrow escape. For our physical blocks, we have 2 blue swift block, 2 blue wrist block, 2 blue crouch, 3 blue shifting maneuver, and time of the warrior's tool for an omni blocker. And that actually makes 59 cards. So we're going to go with the Blue Precarious Defense for number 60.
Awesome. Sounds cool. So why Blue Wheelo?
Well, kind of speculating on set 3 and everything. I basically just kind of wanted to go with the flow. In this game, people just want to, get angry and just anger, beat down, win, just get angry, be very aggressive. And, this deck's kind of like, nah, homie, chill back, I'll take your little damage, then no too.
Yeah.
And you just kind of do that all game, and you just kind of hang in there the whole time. And then, if you choose to be aggressive and enter combat on them and chuck a couple of free attacks at them, go ahead. If you just want to chill back and, use your drills over and over, you can do that as well.
That's cool.
It was against the Blue Valley Jr. that he kind of just threw together, but this guy wall breakered me, entered first turn, and I stayed on level 1 the whole game, and I still won.
Yeah.
And, it was very surprising to see how solid it was, just like, based off of just the mastery and, the card choices and everything.
Yeah. Now, so I noticed in the deck you have, I think, Blue Dominance in there as well as one of your setups. Is your goal to get to level 2, or if it happens kind of thing?
I mean, it's definitely cool because you can kind of just hang out, in mill, and probably, you probably have blue positioning out, so, they mill one, and then you get one back.
Yeah.
So, the 1-1 swing, is that what you would call it? You could go that route. It kind of just, you go with the flow with it,
Yeah.
If you can get up to level 2, awesome. If you do get stuck at level 1, I think you're able to survive, a few turns at least before you have to get up there and level up. Like, I'm trying to find I actually don't even think I gave you 60 cards, bro, because I did have 3 I'll Dig Your Grave in here. When I noticed, gave Fashbender, shout out to him, a great deck there, but much respect. But yeah, I saw a couple choices on there, and when I built this, after seeing his, like, oh, I really like that I'll Dig Your Grave, I actually threw those in here. And I think that's worked out very well when you're up against, basically just any sort of setup deck, that kind of just wants to hang out and, do their thing either with drills or, abusing a power like Krillin or Pigma.
Yeah, to really offset that. So I also saw that you had a good amount of physical defense. Is that because of how weak Wheelo is? You just kind of want to protect your stages?
I figure if you're blue, you might as well go all out, and you know that everyone's going to try, just put aggro decks and do that because, it's been dominated by something different. And I was expecting to play a lot of red garlic and black toilets, and I wanted something that could kind of hang with them and hopefully pull out a victory, whether or not they're statistically better or worse than the other.
Yeah. I mean, Wheelo itself has a bunch of really good name cards. History is one of them, and Revival being the other. So I think all around he has at least the name cards that are super solid. So it's just for someone to find a breakthrough build with him that can utilize all that stuff. And I mean, you ever thought about blue lunges? I'm not sure if you have them in this build.
I end up taking them out. I just found that I was gambling most of the time. I only have including Dragon Balls, 14 cards in the deck that, I one in every 2 hands I draw one. So, chances are that's one of my turns and I can just play that, the way the number of cards are set up. But, I feel you, you don't want to get that dead hand or whatever. But the thing is with set 3, it really changed the game. You really got to pick every little card. You got to see if the risk is worth the reward. And so I added blue wrist swaps for the physical defense. I do that just to kill stuff from my hand, if I draw a drill or even a Dragon Ball, just discard it and boom, there you go. You kind of get rid of it that way. And I found that I found that I didn't really need the lunges. I tried, I tested with them, but I kept on finding cards I wanted to fit in with, and kept on going back to the lunges. Man, when I do these, okay, yeah, it's cool. Put cards that I didn't want immediately discarded back at the bottom. That's cool. Kind of shake things up. But I just, it's definitely something that I haven't completely cut out. No option not to do it, but for now it's out.
Yeah. Awesome. Another question I had. I think you had only 2 Revival in there. Is there a reason for 2 as opposed to 3 to?
Well, I only had 2 to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I think I would probably keep it at 2. To be completely honest, just because I found that I don't want to get those dead hands, and the quick mill off the top. I'm almost more worried about that than all the events getting played. Just because, in my personal meta, there's not a lot of, Namekians doing a bunch of events, or, Black Krillin, no one's doing, event-heavy decks with all, the reflections, and the foreshadowings, and the, the overtime, the city, people are, not a lot of people own spheres around here, so the way for the couple of people that do have them, in order to, kind of lower the advantage, they just run less events, and that's stuff that I started doing with all my villain decks just because I don't, I just don't have a set personally.
Yeah. And what about your matchups? I mean, what trouble do you have with certain decks, and what are your, blowout matches where you're pretty comfortable with? You have any hard matches and any easy matches?
I think what's cool about Wheelo is that he kind of just molds to everything. I don't think anything's really incredibly easy. You just kind of do the same thing every game and chill out and just kind of, you go with the flow with everything. Against Garlic Jr. I haven't played against it physically, but on paper it looks nuts. And the thing, it seems like they're going to use a lot of setups and combat cards, things like that.
Yeah.
That's something that I can pop that revival for.
Yeah.
And there's not much they can really do about that. I mean, I was playing against a red dog today, and that I understand that Garlic would be faster than that, but with the head knock, I'd probably definitely add some wall breakers in my deck.
Yeah.
Spots for those to combat that a little more. But like I said, I haven't personally played against it yet. But the homie Nate, shout out Nathan, he's got a sick Red Garlic Jr. deck, and can't wait to play him next week.
Sounds awesome.
He actually wanted to thank you too, because he the Red TN deck that you posted, he tried it out and he just started stomping folks.
Oh, nice.
Stomping folks, man. So he he's watched your channel too, so I want to shout him out. Yeah, man. Okay, so Red Garlic, other matchup.
Yeah.
Get on subject. Against another Wheelo deck, I guess they could eliminate my hand,
Mm-hmm.
I guess the mill could possibly be more aggressive.
Yeah.
But I don't, with Blue Slash and everything, that kind of brought Blue's mill capabilities up against Black. Shit. 3 or whatever.
Yeah. Now, sorry, you can go.
Oh, you're fine, man.
Oh.
It's just, like I said, man, there's, against Saiyan, you have a lot of physical blocks. Against any physical aggro, you got physical blocks. I'd say there's like 30-ish endurance in the deck. So, I mean, I'd like it to be higher, but at the same time, you need the quality of cards that you're drawing. So I think the thing is that, half the physical aggression decks you're going to face are going to be tournaments anyway. You might as well just focus on the cards you really want and just block. You're Blue, man. You can just block. You can take a couple attacks. And, you can discard next beam and gain 4 stages, so you can focus another one next turn. I mean, you have Namek 6, I'm pretty sure in the build I do have Radar. That was probably the only plus to having Lunge in the deck, was that I could get a Radar with it.
Yeah.
Also, we'll see that with it. Okay, so against Orange, I haven't seen too many really orange builds with set 3 so far. But, I do have like Blue Betrayal and a Withering Fire in there. One card I would say is really cool is Pulverize in this deck, just because if you heard on the list that there's a lot of 2-copy cards and 1-copy card, just because it's so hard to fit everything you want in there. I mean, you do want to be consistent, and you would think to run 3, but sometimes in certain situations it may not be the most optimal card. So I use Pulverize for, to kind of get like a time or something out of their discard pile, something disruptive, and then allows me to get like a tech card like a neck beam to level them down, or a betrayal to remove their smoothness, something like that. So, it kind of has a little bit of everything, and, just being able to tutor for it or put it back on top with positioning drill. It's kind of what Blue does, and I think with Wheelo, you just kind of chill back and, mill the whole time, and when they're just throwing all their attacks at you and everything, you're taking it, and you're blocking them, but you're not really taking that much damage.
Yeah. I mean, I want to know, as a Wheelo player, and for all the other Wheelo players out there, do you have a hard time dealing with like Lookout Drill or Flip Toss or something that's like anti-mill?
Not really, because with Flip Toss, you perform style attacks. That's why I put attacks in the deck. Like, you don't want to just sit and sit the whole game. Like, that is so boring, dude. Like, if you're playing the game like that, man, like, man, come on now. Like, that's just not cool, dude.
Yeah.
So, hey, throw some free cost attacks in there, That's why I do like Draining Blast. I probably would take those out for like Energetic Blast Blast. I'm not getting losing my meta a lot, but yeah, man. I mean, so there's an attack for that. You can use to get off. You're Wheelo, and unless your opponent knows what your deck's doing, they're not going to expect you to hit with a lot of attacks. So I think you can get Flip Toss pretty easily off. And then, what was the other one? Lookout Drill. I mean, you have Blue Betrayal, and you have Withering Fire. And, that's what's good about the game. You kind of speculate what you think you're going to go against. Like, there's no perfect way to make a deck right now. You just got to kind of, tech to your liking. I wish I did have more anger hate. Did wish I had more drill removal and ally removal, but at the same time, you need to stay consistent and be able to, keep pressure on the opponent even though you're, barely attacking them. And then if you get like the all dig your grave and then draining blast,
Yeah.
all the way down at the end of combat when you're just holding those 2 cards, boom, get out of here. 10
Yeah.
for free. What's up?
Yeah. No endurance. That's it.
If you go 2 to 3, like you'd be surprised. Like Wheelo just hit you for like 10 lives. Like I don't know. What's going on? And you're milling me. Like what are you doing, dude? Like I don't get your deck, man. Like just chill out, man.
It's chill, bro.
Hey.
Now, what about like level 4? Have you ever gotten there? Do you like his level 4? Or you just try to stay like 2 and 3?
Yeah, like me and my buddy, he was saying Vegeta, and we were just getting all dig your grave happy. Shout out to DC, by the way. This kid, I swear, he has the nuts pulled, man. Like the first game we had, the first release of that was for set 2. We bought a starter deck and got like 5 packs or something like that, and it was a new set. And we got like pack set 1. It was like the week before set 2. That's what it was. And I was doing a tournament to get the game going, and I said I was going to start playing, so we went there.
Yeah.
Anyways, these guys are talking like, oh, you're a new guy, you're cheap, bitch, you won't pull a heroic energy spear, nothing good there, bad. DJ's just smirking, and he's like, what's this? And he pulls the freaking heroic energy spear.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy, so shout out to DJ. Anyways, did I have trouble with level 4? Did I like it? Did I dislike it? It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you're only doing like 1 or 2 melee things per combat anyway. So, I mean, I wish they could have made it a little better. I think showing around 1, 2, and then bumping up to 3 real quick is cool. I like 3, but even just 1 and 2, just level hopping over and over, that's cool too. Which would be, fun with the level down cards in red and stuff, but I think the blue mastery is just too solid to go unnoticed. I think it's needed in a mill personality like Wheelo, who's weaker and doesn't have a steady way to get out Dragon Balls, so he's not effective.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at saying I think his level 4 is more geared towards, I guess, blackish or something like that, maybe. But it's like okay, I like 3 a lot and 2. Even 1's amazing because you can sit there and just mill your opponent to death.
Question. So, his level 3. Like when you if you level up from 2 to 3, do you activate in a successful attack? Do you activate his level 3 right then and there?
I would say, let's say like you're at like 3 anger and use a card that like raise your anger 2, and that hits. Yeah, I think you should get the level 3 effect because immediate effects is to raise anger, so you level up first, and then it would and if it's successful, it will trigger Wheelo 3.
Another question. So his constant on level 3 is, increasing the milling by 1. Milling is discarding from the top of the opponent's life deck to the card deck.
Yeah.
So would I have my opponent mill 3 and then rejuvenate 2?
Yep. So
bada boom,
Yeah.
So I mean you could the lookout drills out, right? Just use that when you stop their first attack. Boom, 0. You're gonna do 3 the next turn when you level up. So sorry if I'm going all over the place, listeners. So man, that's how DBZ deck creator works, man.
Yeah, well, we were just talking about Wheelo anyway.
These combinations and fun stuff, and just having a good time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're talking about Wheelo, so this is all like relevant stuff for any Wheelos players out there.
Like, what's this guy doing on here?
Nah, it's all good, dude. But also, have you ever thought about now that these are some cards that I don't know if you ever thought about or you actually tried and didn't like or did like, but like Blue Biting Drill, like Lifting Drill, where you can kind of mill outside of combat, kind of thing. Well, I'll say outside, but additional milling where you don't have to so much rely on like a successful attack or something like that.
I mean, it's cool. It's all fine and dandy, but like when you're making the deck, like I feel like you can't buff all the drills and setups you want, because it's going to be such an aggressive environment, whether or not it's anger based or survival based.
Yeah.
So I feel like I had to cut and put some more meat and bones into the skeleton of the deck versus having all those drills. Like, yeah, they're going to mill more, and my attack's going to do +2, and at the same time, I felt like I needed more consistency. Like I still deck with the assumption that I'm going to get entered on every turn.
Yeah.
So that way, I know if I can take a beating, what I can do to recover from it.
Yeah. Yeah, you always want to make sure you don't get caught with your pants down,
Exactly, and then you got all them bells. They're good drills, I just feel like I needed more attacks in the deck,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are a couple builds that I've noticed that, do the whole drill thing, and people say they like it, and that's great for them, but, just my environment's a little more aggressive, so I feel like I'd rather just use the setups and drills I really need, and if I draw them, cool, but, I want to be able to chill there and hold my ground with, just my mastery and my power.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, one thing I really like about the game is all the directions that you can go with the personalities and the combinations. And right now, if you look, this game is not released in Japan. It's U.S., and Australia, I think, as well. So we don't have any real deck lists to kind of look at as opposed to other card games like Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, or whatever card game you might be playing. Most of these card games, they have decks that you can look up from all around the world or whatever. This game doesn't, so we're the ones that actually send this trend of building good decks and seeing what works and what doesn't. So I think there's a lot of wiggle room for a lot of personal preference in this game because no two decks are really alike, which I really enjoy.
No, not at all. I mean, no, I agree. I completely agree. That's what I meant to say. It's like I said, there's just that 60 card max. So, I mean, you could change like 3 cards, and boom, like your deck's instantly better in a certain situation, and maybe not as optimal in another.
Yeah, that's for the most part, when you play, like, not every deck's gonna be tutored to beat every deck, but it should at least have. I always feel like when you make a deck, it should have always like another win condition or another direction that you're trying to do. So in your case, with Blue Wheelo, you try to probably win by survival as your main victory, and you can do it in 2 ways, which is good. So it's not just like a streamlined beatdown deck where if your opponent has like more defense or can control the board better than you can, then you end up saying like, well, I really want to enter and go in, but my opponent has all this defense. At least you can also resort to milling your opponent as well. So
yeah, it's one of the hardest things in Blue Wheelo is you get that handful of like aggression, and you're sitting here like a little brain, and you're just like, man, is it time to enter? Is it time to show him what you're working with? And the answer is usually always yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is time to enter, and it's time to all dig your grave up to, level 3 real quick. Then Wheelos History back down, and we'll next beam usually lower because I didn't like the level I experienced yet. And yeah, man, I mean, it's just fun. It's very fun.
Now, have you tried Wheelo in any other styles, or do you feel, or if you did you like Blue?
I tried it in red a little bit, and then it just made sense with Blue, man. Like, I really want, my buddy, he made a black Wheelo.
Okay.
And I haven't played against it yet, but, he told me, hey, what's up, man? I make black Wheelo. I'm like, oh, well, I gotta do something else. So I just got, like, my red cards and my gold freezer today. And
nice.
I had a thing. I got a Chelsea that's $20. You get that.
Yeah.
And, anyways, yeah, I made red Wheelo with the cards I had previous to the day, and like, it was a little grass candy. Like, it was cool. I could shoot up to 3 and then, red back kick or whatever to be a little more defensive. But, what if you're playing a physical deck? It was cool, but I didn't think it was that much. I'm not saying it's garbage or anything, but I just felt more solid with Blue, just based off of the mastery, like, and the fact that you're feeling like you get around, like, hiding drill, and you get around, guard juniors, modifiers, and everything. Like, that was something that was important to me too, because I knew that you know, a lot of people are going to run red and black garland in this new local scene. Like all the college, shout out Kyle, shout out Spencer. They're going to be coming back in about a month from their home, going back to Ames, Iowa State, and then they're going to make the drive down to Des Moines at least every other Friday, and we'll get a good, you know, dozen people easily.
Nice, awesome.
Hopefully, man, if it takes off like we hope it will, you know, getting all our friends together. Definitely big shout out to Bruce. Like I said earlier, like he's giving out cards. I mean, just today, dude. Like it was just me, him, and one other dude. And this dude, he gave me 2 promo confrontation, 2 Sagacious strike.
Oh, so it's Sagacious or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, Sagacious strike. A stack of oils, 3 red heel kick, 3 what else did he give me? Some other free rare. Then he gave me a red restriction, like a foil Zane Menace, something else, a foil Dragon Ball 5, foil Nap, a foil Goldo,
nice.
for $10.
Wow.
$10. You know, and he didn't even care. Like, he's done that from the get-go to his kids. He's always been that type of person to really go the extra mile just to make sure that other people are having fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah, he definitely does whatever he can. He's a very, very good person. And it's not based off of him being so giving with cards. You know, it's just the fact that you would choose to do that. You know, work hard and use your hard-earned money to give. You know, I think that's amazing. And it says a lot about a person.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think for all those listening out there where you're trying to look for ways to kind of boost the DBZ scene, I know it's hard just because you have other card games that people are really interested, like Vanguard, Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Buddy Fight, and all this other stuff, White Sports. I think for the DBZ community to really welcome people, I think it would be a good idea for them to do some kind of like draft, or like you have a cube where you just have a bunch of cards like commons, rares, uncommons, from sets 1 through 3. You have them all in the same sleeve, and then you just randomly take like a stack, shuffle them, give people out, so that way they can make their own deck out of these cards. So at least it gives people like the incentive to understand the game mechanic, and they can probably end up liking the game because you're mixing and matching all these different stuff, and you're thinking when you're in like this draft kind of format, and then hopefully from there they can like the game. I know I really want to try like making little pre-constructed trial decks for people who just want to start out, so that way they can just have a deck and just enter and play,
Shout out Bruce.
Yeah.
He's locked and loaded like that. He's got a little Piccolo Namek and an Orange Goku just chilling. All common, like just here, play the game, get down. Want to enter the tournament? I'll pay for you to enter. Just you know how to play the game here. Play with this. It'll be fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. So I agree. That's great. One thing that I think would be cool. I mean, how many of us have, 1 million copies of the MP sets 2 and 3?
Yeah.
We might as well just stick them things in a sleeve with a mastery that we all have 1 million of as well.
Yeah.
And, throw them in there, throw like 2 or 3 at a time in there. So like Garlic Jr., Raditz, and freaking Lord Slug in there, and then pick something, Then throw Ginyu and Trunks and, Nappa in the next one, something like that. Like I think that would be real cool to, motivate people, to get that stack +5 starter deck, then, we'll do a tournament that way.
Yeah, I agree. That would be really cool for sure. So we're about to wrap it up soon, but any last comments or thoughts of Blue Wheelo or anything set 3 or just anything at all?
I'm just learning just like you guys, I can't say that everything is good, because I don't think there's really a solid tier list these days, but there's definitely, still top decks. I think Blue Wheelo, I didn't kind of hang with anything, I don't think it's amazing in that one deck that, if you're listening to hear this to be like, oh, there's that one deck that, oh man, it's going to kill everything.
Yeah.
No, man, this is a chill, go with the flow type deck, you smile when you had knock them down to 0 anger, stuff like that. Chilling and just doing that. I think last words with the environment and everything. I mean, there's just everything out there. You know, I really can't say that everything is going to be good or bad.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everything. It's crazy. You know, I can't really describe it right now just because everything is decent. Everything is decent.
Yeah.
I think everything has a chance to get something to some extent, but you know, I think red is definitely it's kind of stolen its shine from black. I feel like, because just in my heart, just because you know, black's really controlling and everything, but that whole red restriction thing and the fact of constant criticals, I think in this new game, I feel like it's up there with hand advantage, hand manipulation, deck deconstruction. It's up there because that consistent critical, man, it's too efficient, And then blue's just kind of chilling in the middle, like it has been. You know, it's good against those decks. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's gonna do okay against any deck.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what. Red's gonna be a little glass cannony, and but with a solid personality that, you know, like Garlic Jr. Well, I gotta love Red's fun to work out.
Yeah.
You know, you can rejuvenate and kind of get rid of that, offset that glass candy aspect, and make it just more of a cannon. And then black, you know, it's a little bit of everything. Control, you know, defensive burst, energy red, cards like that. Black Scout was improved control. I think that's still going to have a strong place. I think, and then staying in Namekian's still basically doing about the same thing it was doing. Consistent, you know, but no, nothing extremely exciting for me personally, you know, but I have my friends who run the Namekian decks, and they're fun to bounce balls around and this and that, but I don't know, I like other stuff.
Yeah.
And then orange the underdog. I feel like it can win out of nowhere, but at the same time, it's easily deconstructed. I feel like it's kind of the new red set. And that's, you know, I could very well be wrong. You know, I'm not sitting here like I'm a confession or anything. You know, I'm just an average Joe on here, guys. You know, just having a good time with the set.
Awesome.
So, if you guys ever believe in your dreams, man, and you'll be on Mr. Waffle's show one day, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm great to have you. I mean, it's awesome to, you know, speak with some of the fans, and I think I'll definitely be doing this as like a continuation, just to have people like tell me their deck, and we'll just talk about it. You know, just you know, I like to hear from you guys as much as you guys like to watch my content. You know, so it's really good and assuring to know I can actually speak to the people from the other side. So I appreciate it, for sure.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah. So until next time, Z Warriors. Again, this is RJ and this blue Wheelo deck. I'm gonna make a bunch of pictures so that way you can see the deck visually. And the deck list will also be in the description down below. So I also want to give shout outs to Panini DBZ United, or DBZ Panini United. I'm trying to remember which way it goes, but I'll send you guys a link on that as well in the description. It's gonna be their Facebook page, so for you guys to subscribe to that. They have a lot of awesome content, and my boy TJ, shout out to TJ, he just won first place at the case event with Black Garlic. So
that was scary.
Yeah, it was scary deck. And then also shout out to the New Hampshire crew. Much love to you guys. And also Dragon Ball Radio, because they also have my website on their my channel on their website.
Dragon Ball Radio.
For sure. To Snow, to Morgan, to everyone doing their thing on there, and to the DBZ community as a whole. I mean, Retro as well. Everyone's really, you know, pulling their weight and really just doing the best to just make the game grow, which I love. So, you know, despite all the fights and all the nonsense sometimes on Retro, I mean,
we're family.
We all just, yeah, exactly, we're all family, and we just want the game to succeed. And, you know, when you have a bunch of personalities in the mix, you're going to get natural conflict and stuff. But I think for the most part, I've seen other groups I've been a part of which were worse. So Retro I can definitely handle. So shout outs to everyone there, and definitely to you, RJ, for the deck. Appreciate it.
Iowa.
And Iowa too. Can't forget Iowa. So Iowa, turn up, right? So yeah, so I'll definitely have you again on sometime soon. And again, if any of you guys want to be on my channel and just Skype with me and just chat and talk, just let me know. I'm always down. So until next time, Z Warriors, Mr. Waffles out.